Welcome to Lulu Storytime.
Drew the Dragon by K.A. Mulenga. Drew the Dragon was a cute little green dragon who loved to play outside with his dragon friends. But while Drew looked just like his friends on the outside, there was something different about him. All the other dragons his age could fly high up in the sky. All the other dragons his age could breathe fire out of their mouths. But Drew couldn't do either of these things, no matter how hard he tried.
He decided to go to his mum for help. "Mum, why can't I fly?" he asked. "One day you will fly, my boy," replied his mum. "Remember, where there is great love, there are always miracles. And I love you, Drew." Then Drew went to his dad. "Dad, why can't I breathe fire?" he asked. "One day you will breathe fire, my boy," replied his dad. "Remember, where there is great love, there are always miracles. And I love you, Drew." The next day, Drew saw his friend Drake flying way up high in the sky. "Hello, Drake," Drew called up to him. "Hello, Drew," Drake called down to him. "Come and join me up here. The air is so fresh and clean." Drew flapped and flapped and flapped his wings, but no matter how hard he flapped, he just couldn't seem to take flight. That day he walked home feeling very sad indeed. "What's wrong, my boy?" asked his mum when he got home. "I just saw Drake flying way up high in the sky," replied Drew. "He asked me to join him, but when I flapped my wings, nothing happened." "One day you will fly, my boy," Drew's mum told him again. "Remember, where there is great love, there are always miracles, and I love you, Drew." The next day, Drew saw Darren and Dexter playing the fire-breathing game that all little dragons like to play. "Come and join us, Drew," shouted Darren. "Yes, come on, Drew," called Dexter. "Three is always better than two in the fire-breathing game." Drew, the cute little green dragon, drew in a big, deep breath, but when he breathed out, only a few tiny puffs of smoke came out of his mouth. He was still not able to breathe out fire like his two dragon friends, Darren and Dexter. That day, he walked home feeling even sadder than the day before. "What's wrong, my boy?" asked his dad when he got home. "Darren and Drake were playing the fire-breathing game," began Drew. "They asked me to join in. But when I tried to blow fire out of my mouth, there was only smoke and no fire." "One day you will breathe fire, my boy," his dad told him. "Remember, where there is great love, there are always miracles. And I love you, Drew." Drew went to bed that night with a happy smile on his face. He knew that he was loved by his mom and dad, and he liked remembering the words that they had told him. Where there is great love, there are always miracles. Drew got up early the next morning and decided to go for a walk. He noticed Drake soaring high up above him in the sky. Drake was busy having fun, flying high in the fresh, clean air. That he hadn't looked down and noticed Drew standing there yet. Drew decided to try again, just one more time. He took a deep breath, flapped and flapped and flapped his wings, and, before he knew it, he was flying! Drake was surprised to find Drew high in the sky, flying behind him. He turned around and said, "I thought you said you couldn't fly, Drew." "This is a miracle." "Indeed it is," replied Drew. "Remember, where there is great love, there are always miracles." After spending a fun-filled morning flying around the skies with Drake, Drew finally landed back on Earth. He was walking along, a huge grin on his face. He passed his friend Dexter and Darren. They were playing the fire-breathing game again. "Hi guys," said Drew. "Please may I join in your fire-breathing game?" Before his friends even had a chance to answer, Drew stood up as straight as he could and drew in a great, big, huge, deep breath. This time, when he breathed out, great balls of fire started shooting out of his mouth. "But I thought you said you couldn't breathe out fire," said Dexter, his mouth hanging open in surprise. "This is a miracle!" yelled Darren. excitedly.
Indeed it is, replied Drew. So always remember this, guys. Where there is great love, there are always miracles. That day, Drew went home feeling like the luckiest, happiest little green dragon in the whole wide world.
Come back to Lulu's for more story time.